Alright, it's Monday, April the 8th. Here's an update on the Mazda. The 302 swap. We've got the transmission in. I won't get into all the details, but we had to take the transmission all apart and work on it. So it took all day yesterday. But anyway, as you can see, it's in there. That jack doesn't even need to be there anymore. But anyway, the transmission's in. It's got silicone all over it because we had to like literally take the whole thing apart. But I'm not going to get into all that. There's the mount. Did it in white so that way if we have any leaks or oil spraying back here, we'll see it on the white plate. So I figured it'd be easier to see if anything's blowing out of the transmission or motor, such as oil, mist, or spray. There's the mounts. Those are completed mounts. These are rubber bushings from the original Miata diff, the differential, the 8.8, and we got brand new polyurethane, the red ones for the 8.8 diff. These are the old ones out of the Miata. We decided to turn them into transmission mounts, and this is a stack of 18 washers. This is a grade 8 by ½ inch. It's a ½ by 4 inch long, grade 8. It goes all the way up through the top. It's going to get a lock nut. That's also a grade 8 nut. Anyway, that's the finished mount. You know, we got it real close to the tunnel. It's like a ½ inch from hitting. So we got it sucked up there as close as we can. The exhaust is going to run over this plate. One pipe here, one pipe over here. And that's like literally, I mean, I was thinking of welding that stack of washers together to make them into a solid mount, but I don't want to. I like it that way because that stock of washers will absorb some vibration and stuff. They're actually, when there's a stack that big, they're actually a little bit squishy. So it's a good thing. Anyway, this is what was holding us back. Unfortunately, it took all day yesterday to tear the transmission apart, put it back together, and then we had a hell of a time getting it in that last ½ inch to mate up to the motor. I don't know, I guess maybe the clutch was off a little bit and not centered. I don't know why I used the supplied pilot tool, but whatever. You can get out of here. Oh, well, what's going to happen today is I'm going to make the rod for that slave cylinder, run the line to this thing. I don't know why the damn phone is so blurry. Come on. I don't know what is up with the phone. There's something on my lens or something that won't come off. Anyway, we're going to get that slave cylinder installed in the master cylinder. Or I'm going to. My son's working all week, so I'm going to be solo. It's kind of up to me to get most of this done this week. That's how the exhaust is going to be. That's what I was talking about. The reason we couldn't proceed is because we had to have the transmission bolted in and pointed exactly and centered where it was going to go before we knew the, you know, that determines the tilt of the motor, how high or low we can put it without it, you know, because you got to remember this thing is like 1/8 of an inch from hitting the oil pan on the steering rack. You have to keep in mind also that we're right up against almost touching the firewall. It's actually about 1/4 of an inch away now. But you can see where it had been touching and scraped the paint off. But this is where the motor's going. All the tolerances are close. That steering shaft down there is 1/4 inch away from the exhaust manifold. As you can see, everything's really close. I mean, everywhere. Everything is just really close, which is how it should be. It's the only way you can stuff this 302 in here. But there is one correction from my first video yesterday. about this Miata is, it was actually my son's idea. He came up with the idea of using the stock exhaust and flipping it upside down and pointing it towards the front of the car. And then we're gonna go around in a curve under here. The exhaust is gonna come out of there. It's gonna curve around real tight and go through this hole right here. Gonna go straight back there. And, you know, and it's just gonna go down just like the recommended way. It's just, instead of coming out that hole that you see there and having to spend $800 on a set of custom header pipes made for this, we're just going to go ahead and, for now, use the stock cast iron manifolds, and we're just going to go with it, man. So that's the goal for today, is to get both exhaust manifolds on, the slave cylinder and the master cylinder hooked up, and the rod made for the slave cylinder, and at least get these two curved pipes started and stabbed through here. If I can get that done, that'd be a real good deal. But we'll see. Tomorrow morning will be Tuesday, April 9th. I will do another update video and we'll see how far I got. A lot of work. Anyway, enjoy the eclipse. Today's supposed to be this eclipse everybody's talking about, but it's pretty overcast here in Spring Branch. I don't know how it's going to be where you are, but if it stays this way, you won't be seeing that eclipse. You're just going to see it get dark for a little bit. Anyway, see y'all tomorrow.